Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Thursday, the 2nd of November, 2023. What? That's right. I did actually return to streaming today in a very limited capacity. I did not come back for a daytime stream. However, I did a late night stream of Alan Wake 2. And it was fun, and people showed up, and people supported, and I made it through it, which was good. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm plugging in my headphones. Um, to charge them. Yeah, unlike Sunday night, where I had taken the daytime off to recuperate because I felt like I was starting to get sick. And I said, oh, don't worry, I'll come back tonight for a Spider-Man 2 stream. By the end of the Spider-Man 2 stream, I was so sick. I was congested. I, sounded awful, felt awful, told you all as much, right? Today was kind of the opposite, where earlier, first half of the day, I was feeling better and better during the course of the day. In fact, the sad fact is that my wife is feeling worse and worse. She's in the early stages of this cold that I've had, while I'm in the later stages and recovering from it. So after having done a lot of the responsibilities I needed to do, like get these groceries that I had paid for delivery, get them in and make dinner for us and clean up and everything, then I was able to stream tonight. It went pretty good, I would say. 2 hours of Alan Wake 2. Great progress. It was all Saga tonight. There's the two characters, Saga and Alan himself. And the 2 hours of Saga gameplay was fun. It was a new area, open world exploration, a lot of enemies, a lot of puzzles and discovery and horror elements, and some funny stuff too. A lot of fun interaction with the audience. A few idiotic trolls, and they got banned, and I don't give two fucks about them. But it was a good time overall. It was good coming back. As you can hear, I'm still congested. I'm definitely not 100%. But as long as I stay on my meds, my migraine strength Advil, all right? And as long as I take that, the 2 doses I've been taking a day, I should be all right. And I actually took it midstream tonight and maintained the fact that I don't have head pressure or anything like that, which is really, really good. Every day I'm getting a little better, which is excellent. So I want to say thanks. Anyone who was here tonight, and who chilled with me and who put up with this, because I sound awful. I'm blowing my nose. I'm clearing my sinus passages so I can talk and not cough. And I apologize for that. But overall, I think it was a really good stream. It was good to be back. People liked to have me back. People were very supportive. We're, in general, a really great audience, and I really had a good time. So thanks for that. So tonight, obviously, you're going to see 2 new parts of Alan Wake 2, finally, and this daily wrap. And that's my content for today. Now, does this mean that I'm fully back starting tomorrow, Friday, November 3rd? I'd like to say yes, but I cannot guarantee that, so allow me to explain. Number 1, gotta hope that I continue to get better, or at least that I don't revert. There's been times in my life when I've been very sick. I thought I was getting better, and then I went 2 steps back. In fact, the sickest I've ever been, I had the flu in my 20s, and this was when I had that helicopter job. And I was off the job for about a week at home sick, and I thought I was healed. And I went back to the job, and it recurred, and I got sick again, and I had to lose another week of work. I went back to the doctor. He's like, yeah, you have recurring pneumonia. You have to be sure that you're 100% before you go back, or it's going to keep happening. So I don't want to jump the gun. You know what I mean? I want to play it by ear. Will I be able to eat something before I go to sleep? Will I be able to have a sound night's sleep? I hope so, right? Will I be able to wake up tomorrow, feel refreshed, be ready for a day of streaming? I hope so. Like, this morning, I was feeling good, right? So I had breakfast with my wife. I was like, I'm going to go take a shower. And I came upstairs, like, let me shave. And I go to shave. All of a sudden, I get hit with a wave of dizziness. I'm like, oh, no. This is not good. So I put the razor down. I said, forget it. I'm not doing this. I laid on the bed for like 15 minutes till I regained my composure, and then I went and I took a shower. That's what I mean. Like, I don't want to go too crazy, heavy into it, and then all of a sudden, boom, I get hit, and oh man, I overdid it, right? So, ideally, if everything goes according to plan, and I'm good, and my wife is good, here's what I'd like to do tomorrow on Friday. I'd like to return with the Level 1 podcast here in the morning, usual time, 10:45 a.m. Pacific time. I would like to tell you, a little recap about what's been going down, what happened yesterday, or today, I should say, because today, for the first time ever, I ordered groceries for delivery, and it did not go very well according to plan. And I'd like to tell you all about that situation and how it goes, because I found it very, very annoying, to say the least. And I think people should know what they're getting into if they look to do it themselves. Because I was looking to do, I'd never done it, even during the COVID years of 2020 and all that, when you really couldn't even, go to the store without risk. I always went to the store, and I stayed away from ordering. And after today's experience, maybe I should have just gone anyway, even though I was super sick. I don't know. I want to tell you the story, okay? But obviously, I want to tell you about everything else that's going on. Also, a big thing in the discussion, everyone tonight wanted to talk about, so what's going to happen with this playthrough? When are you starting with this game? When's the Halloween event going to happen now? And what's this and what's that? So everyone, we're talking about that tonight. Because I want to play Alan Wake 2. I've been dying to play this all week long. I've been sick. I haven't been able to play any games. The whole point tonight is to play Alan Wake 2. If I sit here and I answer your questions about all this all night, number one, not everyone's going to be here to hear the answers. And number two, I'm not going to get any gameplay in. So I said, we're not doing that tonight. No questions about that stuff. We will talk about it the next time we have a chance to sit down and discuss it. So when are you going to do that? Well, obviously during a podcast, right? So if everything goes according to plan, during the podcast, we'll talk about my illness, the food delivery, the future with the playthroughs I'm doing, the games I'm covering, any future marathons, the Halloween event, the apocalypse, all this stuff. That'll be the big discussion on the podcast tomorrow. Then the main daytime stream will be Alan Wake 2 continuing, because we are in a really interesting part. 2 hours tonight we played with Saga. I want to continue on. We didn't finish the part we're playing with her. I want to wrap that up, and then I want to go back to Alan. It's just such a great game. I love this game, okay? Night stream tomorrow night, late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. I want to do Spider-Man 2, all right? We had a great stream of it on Sunday night. Apparently we ended at a ginormous, important plot cliffhanger, and then I got sick and couldn't play all week. So I want to do that tomorrow night on Friday night, okay? That'll be our Friday, all right? So what would the rest of the week be? I don't know yet. I'm going to tell you this. A lot of focus on Alan Wake 2, because I love this game, and I want to get as far as I can, maybe even wrap it up before the other games, okay? Sunday will definitely be the next React day. We will do DSP versus the internet, and it will be exactly what the show should have been last Sunday, just we're going to do it this Sunday, okay? So no changes. It's just going to be the show that should have happened before I got sick, and then we'll move forward after that with new shows, okay? So there you go. Now, any other questions you have about, well, wait a minute, well, how much Mario are you going to play? When is that coming? What about RoboCop that came out? Well, what about the Halloween game? We'll talk about that on the podcast, all right? Not answering any of those questions tonight either. We'll talk about that on the podcast, all right? In addition, you see the new minimalist design I have behind me. I mean, this is intentional because I didn't really have a lot of time to whip anything together today to get the stream going. So this is what I got for November. If you like it, great, we'll just keep it. But if you have any suggestions, this is the new thing. And this actually lights up, but I didn't put the batteries in it yet. It's got a switch here. I don't know how it looks because I haven't really used it yet in the setup. I think tomorrow I'll bring up the, I think these AAA batteries, and I'll put them in there. And, is it AAA batteries? It is AA batteries, and I have AA's. So I'll pop those in there, and we'll see how this looks maybe tomorrow morning, if, again, I do the podcast. Because this is my intention. My intention is a full day of streaming tomorrow. Podcast, Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2. But what do I mean that's my intention? What if I wake up and I'm sick? What if I can't sleep all night? What if I have a recurrence? Well, then there's no guarantee I'm doing that, all right? So maybe we have a full day tomorrow. Maybe we don't. Let's see what happens. Let's play it by ear. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I don't know what's going to happen with my wife. My wife is very ill right now. She's just as sick as I was on Monday. And so that means I got to take care of her. I got to make sure that she's all right. I want to make sure that she has food and that, we're all right. And the good news is we bought a lot of meals that are super easy to make, soups and things. Wow, easy. Warm them up, have them for dinner. Not a big deal. But I want to be putting that time and attention to her first before I worry about the streams. You see what I mean? So, worst case scenario, I will stream tomorrow. I just don't know exactly what, but maybe I'll have to skip the podcast. What if she's really not feeling good in the morning and I got to take up the reins? I got to do everything around the house first. Well, if that's the case, then I'll probably just completely skip the podcast and we'll just do a day of gameplay. I'll probably start the stream later instead of 10:45 a.m. Start at noon. And then we'll talk for like 25 minutes, and then we'll jump right into Alan Wake or something like that. Of course, that means we're not going to have time to answer all your questions like I know you want. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll have time to shave and not pass out trying to do it dizzy. I guess we'll see what happens, all right? So that's my full intentions, all right? I want to say thanks to those who supported tonight. And another big area of discussion is very simply going to be, what happened now, because October's end sucked. It did, and it's no one's fault. It's just I got sick, right? So, how can we maybe help for that? I don't know. We'll talk about it. But, bottom line is, yeah, that really stunk. We were in the end of October, and here's the home stretch, the last few days where people were going to support this channel in many different ways. That Halloween marathon, traditionally, people always show up and support this channel in a big way for the Halloween event. We probably would have got a ton of new members and everything, and none of that happened. And now what sucks is that's going to big time hurt me when I get paid this month coming up. And I don't know what I'm going to do, because I'm going to be basically short now of what I normally would make, and that's not good. But that's not your fault. It's no one's fault. I got sick. It sucks, right? So we'll talk all about this, all right? So no worries. Everything tonight was great. I'm very grateful. People were so supportive. They came out. They hung out. I had a great time with Alan Wake 2. I'm hoping for a full day of streaming tomorrow. We'll see. And we'll go from there. All right, everyone? Please have a good night. Enjoy the Alan Wake gameplay. Hopefully I'll see you in the morning for the podcast if I can be here for it. And if not, then hopefully at least I'll see you for the gameplay of Alan Wake 2 and Spider-Man 2. And I hope that you all have a safe and fun night. And I'll see you all as soon as I can. Peace out. Later.